Alright guys, so I got my first call from somebody that I don't know, so I'm pretty excited. We're gonna check out a coolant leak. Let me show you what I got here. So I ordered this off of Amazon. It is a 18-piece automotive water tank leakage tester, and as you can see, it should have everything I need for most vehicles. So that's really nice there. Look at that. And then I just brought some other random stuff. I bought this jump pack. I bought a nice little code reader, a battery lead tester, a nice little kneeling mat, which is really going to come in handy. I bought this really nice jack. The reason I bought this is just because of how small and compact it is. 3,000 pounds. I mean, I should be able to lift up any corner of a vehicle or even any half of a vehicle with this. So as long as I can get it in the air, I'm good. And then, oh, let me show you this. So I bought this just to eliminate having to dig through a bag for sockets. Look at that. Everything from 10 to 36. Yes, sir. I like that right there. That's awesome. And then I just got my random tool bags and just a couple other tool sets. As you can see, breaker bar. So anyways, let me get set up and we'll figure out what's going on with this Audi. Alright, as you can see, the coolant tank is low. I went ahead and popped this off, and as you can see, it looks wet there. And right away, I saw this. So it was a pretty easy find. So what I got to do is pop this clip out here, pop that clip out there. There's a metal hose clamp down here. So I just got to pop those off. We'll get this back on and then we'll fill it up, run it, and make sure it doesn't leak. Alright guys, we're going to pick up some parts. We're gonna head over to Lakeland and head over to the Audi dealership. We got to pick up this coolant hose. I looked online and checked Amazon and eBay, and everything was like a week or two away. So I called around. I was able to find something that's better quality, although it's a little more money. You know, you're not gonna have that embarrassment of the part breaking and then having to come back and fix it, or, you know, tarnishing your name because you installed, you know, bad or, you know, low quality parts. So I called him, I explained the situation. I said, hey, you know, I checked on Amazon, saw some stuff. The reviews weren't really good. Everything kind of, I don't know. When you use aftermarket parts, there's always a risk. So let's go with OEM and get the job done right. So I'm heading there now, pick up the parts, and then I'll catch up with you guys when we get back to the car. Alright guys, you see that right there, Germany. I got the part. It was a super smooth and easy transaction. It looks right. I took a bunch of pictures beforehand, matched it up. We drove straight there. I looked on the internet because I knew this was going to be kind of hard to find because it's an Audi, and you know, it's kind of a not a weird part, but just, you know, I've been in the industry long enough to know what I'm going to be able to get right away and what I'm going to be able to have to like search for. So I looked around. AutoZone didn't have it. No one else had it. I called around, called this Audi dealership. They had it in stock, so I was like, heck yeah, hold that sucker. I'll come get it right now. Took me 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get back. No big deal. I'm just trying to build my name up and show people that I'm the real deal, that I'm going to get your car fixed, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. So we're heading back to the customer's house now to get this part installed. I'll catch you when we get there. Alright guys, we're back at the spot. As you can see, it's a beautiful 73 degrees, so we're working nicely outside. But there's the car, there's the part. Let's see what we got. Okay. I'm gonna pull this up here like that. I'm gonna pull this up here like that. That should somewhat come right off. I may have to pry it a little bit. So I just went ahead and pried it between here like that. And now it came right off. As you can see, old, so we're gonna get that sucker replaced. I just used these here to get that clamp on the bottom, and as you can see, that's the clamp right there. So this piece here was really hard to get off, but I took my time because I know all this is brittle plastic and I didn't want to break it. So I just worked it back and forth. I put some lubricant on there. I just took my time. I was very gentle. It did take me about 10 minutes, but I was able to get it off without damaging anything. Now we're gonna get the new one on and check it out. All right, guys, we got the old one off. As you can see, the thing was looking a little rough. That T there. The problem was, though, this end broke off. As you can see, the connector's still in there, and this is the part that broke. So we got that off. It was kind of a struggle to get it off here, but I just took my time and was able to get it off. Now we're gonna get the new one on. All right, so we got the line on. We got some coolant in, so we're just gonna run it for a second and make sure everything is good. So I'm currently back here at the house because unfortunately I didn't record a couple things that I should have, but I was kind of talking to the customer, and it really wasn't a prime time to record. So basically, let me do an overview of what we did and then explain something else that I had to do. So this is the original hose here. As you can see, these ends just get really brittle. I mean, this thing broke without it ever even being touched. It was just like that. I mean, the dude never even lifted up his hood or touched anything. It just broke. As you can see, look how bad that is. Now, there was another problem, which I will insert the clips after this and show you guys. But when I first got there, even though I saw that this was broken, I still performed a pressure test to see if we could reveal anything else. But this was so close and direct to where the tank was that as soon as I used the coolant pressure tester, it would not build up any pressure. So even if there were any other leaks, I really wouldn't be able to find it unless I were to get this hose on and get the system sealed up somewhat. But the system was basically open, so any air that I pumped into it just came right out. So I replaced this hose, and I put some coolant in, we ran it, and I was like, well, let me just double check. Let me put this coolant pressure tester on and make sure that, there's no leaks. So I did that, and boom, sure enough, it was leaking, and it was leaking from, it was leaking from this connector right here. And as you can see, that one was also cracked. So that's the one. Actually, no. I don't think I saved that end piece there, but that end was also cracked. So as soon as I got everything fixed, this leak here revealed itself. So, it was kind of disappointing because I was hoping that this was going to fix it and I'd be boom, done, in and out. But unfortunately it didn't, and I'm really glad I actually checked my work, because let's say if I were to just fix this hose and just assume it was good, put coolant in it, be like, boom, there you go. And then he would have drove it, and then it still would have been leaking. That would have been really bad. But I checked it right after I installed this hose, and we saw it was bubbling from here. And I took it off, and sure enough, it was cracked on the inside. So what I had to do was run all the way back out to Lakeland, grab this piece, which they had in stock, but I wasn't able to make it back before 5 when he had to go to work. So we agreed that I'd just come back in the morning and replace it then, which I did, and I'll insert those clips right after this video. But once I replaced this hose here and this end here, because it's basically 2 pieces, it definitely held. I put on my pressure tester. There were no more leaks. We ran it for a while. It held coolant, so it definitely seemed good. But you know, moral of the story is always check your work. Never assume that something's good. Always double, triple check, because that's how you get in trouble when you start assuming things. You know, never assume, always, you know, verify and check. So anyways, let me insert the clips of me installing these. So it ended up that this piece here was bad. It's basically broken off inside too. So I had to go get this piece. So we're going to replace that, and then hopefully everything should be all good. So the main problem with this job is these, you know, this is all made of plastic. It gets really brittle, especially here in the hot Florida heat. So it's already plastic, and then it's already exposed to a lot of heat. So, you know, I'm trying to get this one off here, and I'm basically having to pick it out. So yeah, so like this is the piece here that broke on the other one. The inner broke off. I had to extract it out of here the first time. So yeah, it's just a pain. I had to take this all the way off so I could get to it easily to extract that piece so we can actually install the new one. All right, there's the piece I extracted. It was a pain in the butt to get out. All right, guys, so it's currently later in the day. I finished up that Audi job, and everything seemed to be good after I double checked it, so I am happy about that. I am a little bummed that I wasn't able to get it fixed all in the same day. You know, that other brake was kind of, it would have been a hard one to find without being able to properly pressure test it. So, you know, I am a little bummed about that, because I want to show people that I'm, you know, efficient and work fast, and I want to be able to get things done in the same day, but I understand that's not always possible. So, you know, he seemed pretty cool about everything, and I hope he genuinely does feel that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this day's episode right here. If you liked this video, please let me know. Leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I currently have quite a few videos that I'm editing at the moment, and I'm trying to get those out for you guys. But anyways, I want to say thank you once again for all the support. I've seen nothing but great, nice, kind, and supportive comments, which really, really makes me happy. So thank you once again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.